So hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Rizmaran Shabinuzal, and in this video I'm gonna explain to you guys a topic about heat, which is a very fundamental topic in physics thermal, and it's a basic knowledge in science in general. And if you a student in Malaysia like me, when you at age 16 or at form 4, you're gonna learn this topic when you take a science course subject, and you're gonna learn at physics in your school. So you're gonna learn this either way. So I'm just gonna briefly talk about topic of heat. And in this video, when you think of heat, what the first thing that came out on your mind? Maybe you're gonna say fire, right? You're gonna say fire, or maybe you're gonna say something like temperature, or maybe yeah, both right. But I'm gonna explain something more further in the down of the route. I'm gonna explain about a gas law, which is Boyle's law. Okay, maybe you're wondering, right? When I say I'm gonna explain about gas law, which is a Boyle's law, you may be wondering what is the relation between the heat and Boyle's law. Maybe you say, but Reese, what is the relation between a gas law and the heat? So I'm gonna explain and tell you what is the relation. So if you want to understand the relation between these two things, you're gonna understand what is the law stated. So Boyle's law states that the relations between pressure and volume is it's inversely proportional. So the pressure of the gas is inversely proportional with the volume of the gas, which is when you say about temperature, the temperature is remain constant in the state of the Boyle's law. So there's a relation or a connection with this heat and gas law, which is the temperature. But in Boyle's law, the temperature is remain constant. So we're gonna focus on the pressure and volume. So as you can see, the pressure and the volume here is directly inversely proportional, which is the more the pressure the gas has, the more less the volume of the gas. So let's say we have a piston, right? We have a piston right here, and the piston has initial state of a larger volume and less pressure. So when we compress the piston to become small, the air inside the piston gonna become more high in pressure. This is supported by the theory of kinetic gas, because when the volume of the piston is much smaller, the molecule of the gas inside the piston gonna bounce more frequently. Let's say like imagine you are put it in a room, and in the room it has small volume, and it has more volume, and you feel comfortable, and you doesn't bounce to each other, you doesn't bounce to your friend, it doesn't bounce to the wall. But when the room is compact and there's a lot of people in the room, you're gonna bounce to each other a lot, and this is what happened with the molecule inside the piston. They bounce a lot and more frequently than the molecule in volume of larger volume. And when when they bounce more, the pressure of the gas which will increase. This is why the pressure of the gas, when it become more less volume, it become more high. Like I said, the pressure is inversely proportional with the volume. And when the pressure is high, the volume is gonna be low, and it's vice versa. When the volume is high, the pressure is gonna be low, and vice versa. Okay, let's say that you has this problem, like you have the first volume and the first pressure, but you doesn't have the second volume, but you has the second pressure. So what we're gonna do to solve this problem? It's easy, okay? The first thing you need to do is you need to compare the P or the PV, or I'm gonna say the total of pressure times with the total of volume. The initial state compare with the final state. So let's say you has the first and and the first volume and the first pressure, right? You have these things here, and you doesn't have this V right here. So what you're gonna do is you need to compare them, and then you need to put the value inside, and then you can get the volume. So it's an easy topic to discuss, but it's hard to understand. But yeah, you can understand it enough if you have the analogy and you have the image in your brain. So if you see at the graph here, the graph is it's like when the pressure is high, the volume is low. You can understand when the graph what the graph said here, which is very basic of reading graph if you are a science student or physics student like me, because the Boyle's law is used in physics and also in chemistry. So if you want to learn more, you can just watch YouTube or learn from your book or your notes, and it's a really fun to learn about gas law, which is a related topic in heat. And if you want to learn more, you can just ask your friend, ask your teacher or something. And Boyle's law is really helpful theory or helpful law that is really it has a major use in physics knowledge. So that's all for me, I think. And I think if you want to know the other gas law, I guess I suggest you to watch other video, maybe like Han Academy is really good. And if you want to learn more, maybe I'm gonna make a new video about it. I'm not sure, but I guess that's all for me from today. See you again next time. Goodbye.